Disclaimer. I know the story sounds insane, but other people telling other people makes me feel much better. So I'm going to share my experiences with skinwalkers and wendigos to you. It all started last year. Me, my older niece, my stepmom, and my dad were all on a camping trip. There was a trail right by our camping site, so my stepmom, my dad, and I went. I had the bright-ass idea to shortcut back to the campsite because it was too cold through through half a mile of forest. Bright idea, right? Yeah, I know. It was 10-20 feet from the camping site. Just give you the layout of the camping site. It was in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. And it was my dad's friend's property. I'm just gonna say 10-20 feet from the property. There's an ATV, and there are 2 tents. One for me and my niece to sleep in, and one for my dad and my stepmom to sleep in. I heard this, and all the way up the half mile that I had to hike uphill, I heard this crunch, crunch, crunch of pine needles on the ground. It just recently rained, so the pine needles here won't crunch properly, but it's just an uneasy crunching sound. And 10-20 feet from the camper, because it was cold and I wanted to go somewhere, not a tent, so I went to the camper. I turned around because I heard a twig snap off. This had to be this thick of a branch, just falls like 5 feet in front of me. But the thing that made it fall, the thing that ripped it out of the tree, it was a big branch. It stood 7 feet tall. I've heard horror stories of skinwalkers, but I've never seen one. I never believed in it. Until now. It was human, but it wasn't. It was 7 feet tall. It had long, unnaturally long arms. Hung down to like below the knee. Disgusting. For a 7 feet tall creature. It had hands. Big hands. Long 2-inch to 3-inch nails. Those were pitch black nails. The skin was a leathery, gray, disgusting look to it. And it was on 2 feet. It had the head of a rotting deer. It takes animals or humans' flesh and just puts it on. I've heard the horror stories. Wait. Where's my dog? One minute. He was in the neighbor's room, of course. You ruined the tone of the story, buddy. Anyway, and skinnier than anything. It looked almost like a skeleton. It looked skeletal. I booked it, the 10, 20 feet to the camper. I slammed the camper door shut as hard as I can and locked it. That night, I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't do anything. I was scared out of my goddamn mind. Next day, I saw this message just carved into the dirt. It said something in a foreign language, and I didn't have any electronics because, like I said, it was in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere. The antlers on it looked painful, looked grotesque. It looked unnatural. But then, from, July to October? Nothing. Late October, I hear this tapping on my window by my head, where the speakers are in my room. Yeah. Just this continuous, hard, but polite tapping. But late November turned into pounding. I couldn't move. I was petrified in fear. One night, I had to go to the bathroom. But ever since that day, I have this odd feeling. Something just watching me get up from my bedroom, go to the hall, and go to the bathroom. After I did my stuff, I walked out of the bathroom, and then I saw something at my kitchen window. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it wanted. But it looked exactly like the thing I saw at the campsite. I couldn't move. 5 seconds passed. I bolted to my makeshift door, doggy gate. all that night, there was just a constant pound at my windows. All of them. I shut my eyes and turned my TV in my room all the way up. Next morning, I found hoof prints by my windows. And there are no trees by my windows. So it wasn't a tree. And I don't know if a tree could even make that fist just pounding. God damn it. Okay. What the fuck? I'm gonna have to move this inside. Now. Okay. Sorry. I'll get back onto the story. Legend said. The Indians said in their stories. By the mere mention of their name, they come for you. Sure, it was on the other side. Our neighbor's property, blocked by a fence.
Whatever you need, detective, just let me know. DNA from your officers, including them. Somebody who we believe was there for Brooklyn, but also
Moving on with the story and the plot.
They all came in, gave us names, logs, provided us with information where they had been on the evening of the homicide.
every last security guard is
One day, the pounding just stopped on my window.
the New York cops who work with is unorthodox style.
Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months. 4 months have passed.
He was so avant-garde and so different
And the only one who believed me is my closest friend, McKenna.
on his behavior
And
that investigators could potentially look at him as a possible suspect.
the second person who believed me is... His name is Wesley, my ex. But never mind.
A young man which
That
had some interest in,
day,
but so much of it was just
I couldn't comprehend it.
her inner feelings about her faith and about
2 months ago, we went to Estes Park. The day
looking inside her soul.
that I could not comprehend. There was
She mentions a man named Paul.
something there.
And so they would start
It was
asking her about some of the things she wrote in,
the Skinwalker.
wondering if there was some clues in that.
Not a Skinwalker, the Skinwalker.
Paul feels, I think, he was a foreign exchange student.
I
Back to France. The Portland Police Department, they knew more
freaked
about my daughter in the last
when...
weeks of her life than I
And also,
and the legal responded
this girl, Anise, came back to the school, but I didn't know her because it was my first... Never mind. And she was a firm believer in skinwalkers as well. And I saw this elk, but it didn't look like a normal elk. It had more of a mangy hair, just messed up, just hair. It was terrifying.
To them, it was a night out that they celebrated.
And
it did not have any
I turned to Anise and said, "That looks like a skinwalker." And she said,
one of the dorm directors.
"Yeah, it does."
But he provided us information.
So,
Who else do you know that was on campus during that time period?
that was 2 months ago.
I remember on the 30th, I had some buddies over
But
for a poker game. The guys you were with that night?
2 nights ago,
And he gave us the names of
I just heard something pound.
As detectives search for Kate's killer,
Not pound. Pound isn't the word I'm looking for. Ram its whole entire body
I looked at her and I said, "You're not
into the house.
you're dead."
The whole house shook. Some of my action figures fell off their shelves. I'm not gonna lie. This woke me up. This was at 4 in the morning.
She started telling me, Mom, it was really scary.
I
It really hurt. Who is he? Can you tell me? I know who it is. She
then
was just about ready to tell me. But I woke up. But I woke up with this profound sense of I got to be her mom. I got to comfort her.
so sorry it's difficult talking about this.
Through those feelings of the most brutal experience that she could have ever had.
Last night was probably the scariest. Not only did I feel like something was in the living room, just waiting for me to go to the bathroom or something, but my dog, before I went to sleep, we let him out. He started whining because he went to the back corner of our yard. Started just whining and whimpering. I heard this human-like footsteps, but they weren't human-like. It was more of a light but heavy step, if that makes sense. And I yelled for Cow to come inside. He finally came inside and we checked the bottom of his paws. Nothing was stuck in his paws like the pine needles. But
Hunter Community College sometimes uses the university's track to run on the women's team.
so
Yes.
yesterday wasn't even the most
And we didn't get his DNA this time around.
recent. Sorry, forgot what happened today.
We checked with the university's records.
Not only did I have to move this inside, but
Which is why we needed to eliminate everyone as a possible suspect.
Anyone who may have been on campus when Kate was there.
I told him, would you be willing to provide us DNA?
You got a warrant? Do we need one?
it's still hard for me to talk. Sorry about that. I heard this human crossed with an elk just sound. It was like one of those. It was an elk sound, but it sounded like a human making it very poorly. I just brushed it off until I saw that thing that made me come in here. That is my Skinwalker or Wendigo stories. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know. Just hope that you guys think I'm not crazy.
And now they're free for everyone to run. Angie's List makes it easy for you to find top quality service providers in your area for any type of home project. Search for a
Those were my Skinwalker stories. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope you guys don't think I'm insane. But, yeah. If you like these types of stories, maybe visit Just Creepy, or Darkness Prevails, Mr. Nightmare, Lazy Masquerade, yeah. And If you have any stories like these, just put it in the comments below. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.